Reese Senior Bowl hat on, check. Got a little basic white tee on, check. Welcome to another marvelous episode. Today we get that Dynasty deep dive. It's gonna be probably 6 minutes, and I forgot how many seconds of unadulterated fire. Super excited for this. Accompanying it will be an 80-page blog about everything to expect at Dynasty. We're gonna go over that as well. Super duper excited for today's episode. Governor College Football, hashtag go CFB. CFB Nation, your only college football destination. Let's get it. Governor of College Football, we're going to recap ACC.
Hey, that's
Two
CJ
great
on
defensive
the
minds.
track.
They have to be better on that side of Yes, sir. We are about 19 minutes away from the release of the Dynasty Deep Dive. It's a bunch of people in the chat waiting on it. You guys know that we're going to go live with it the minute that it's live. I can't wait. I can't wait to see. I sent Moon a screenshot. I also sent Jalen a screenshot yesterday of, I don't know how the community that I'm in always get these like teasers of stuff. They have to know somebody that's on the inside that's leaking some of the photos that we seen. I actually leaked that photo on the community tab. I hope that this dynasty is as chaotic as I want it to be. I want it to be extremely chaotic. I want it to be testy. I want for us to have to decide if we want this hotshot 4-star or 5-star recruit, or if we're going to pursue players from the portal. How will we have to continue to recruit the players on our team? Because there's going to be players on our team that say we recruited the prior year or that was on our roster the prior year, feel like they didn't get the play in time or the notoriety that they deserve. Like, how will we have to recruit them? How will the Dynasty recruiting points be allotted? I'm sure that there will be days I will literally just be locked into recruiting. Like, I'm praying that everybody in the league doesn't play their game so I can recruit. Because really all I'm going to want to do is recruit in order to get this thing right. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I seen we had some people waiting in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Also, if you looked at the pin message in top of this live stream, you'll see that we have the Discord link. And that Discord link, you'll be able to, we have League Finder. I'm going to run a couple of leagues. I'll be running 4 different leagues, 2 of them of which will be on PlayStation 5, 2 of which will be on Xbox. More information for that. If you're looking for somebody to lab up because you have a big game in another league, we're going to be having lab sessions as well. We be like, hey, I need somebody that can play me in a 5-minute game and that's willing to punt the ball so I can just work on a few things. Here's the defenses I want you to run. These are the things I'm looking for. If you're looking for a league, we're going to have that. Also, I'm going to have one league, but that'll be probably the CFB Nation League. That'll be a paid league as well for the people who been able to make it like to the quarterfinals and the championship as well. So I'm excited for everything we got going on. ACC Media Days is coming up. Make sure you guys are following and subscribe to the CFB Nation because we got a lot of fantastic things on there. So EA Sports, and this is kind of course, their website. They release a lot of, information on here. This is where all the blogs are located and all that type of jazz. So they released some details yesterday. In case you didn't know, the game worldwide launch is July 19th. Right here. Of course, if you get the 3-day early access, if you get the deluxe, I got the deluxe on PlayStation. I'm unfortunately have to get the deluxe on Xbox as well and get an Xbox before all of this time. Also, we got they mentioned the systems, PlayStation 5 and Xbox, of course. It's not coming to PC. And if you want this bundle, I played Madden. I said this the last time I was live. Madden is better than the crap that they released for the reveal. It's much better than that if you played the beta. Here's some of the things that you get with the beta. How are you all feeling about the rankings during rankings week that EA Sports released last week? I'm not a huge fan of the rankings, if I'm being honest. I feel like Ole Miss got robbed a few times on these rankings. I'm not a huge fan of the rankings at all. We are 15 minutes away from the preview. Make sure you guys locked in. Also, lock into that Discord if you're just joining the live stream. It's going to be a lot of helpful information in there. So if you guys haven't seen the rankings, we'll look at, I think it's inside of here where they have all of the rankings. Like they got the toughest places to play. We got Kyle Field, number 1, Bryant-Denny Stadium, Alabama, number 2, Tiger Stadium, number 3. A lot of people that I've talked to said Tiger Stadium is the loudest stadium that they've ever been in. Number 4, Ohio Stadium. Number 5, Sanford Stadium. Number 6, Beaver Stadium. Beaver Stadium on a whiteout. I think when you think about some of the themes, I think that whiteout theme is certainly just one of those ones you're just like, oh, God. Number 7, Camp Randall Stadium. We will be visiting. You said you wasn't a huge fan of the ratings. Okay, that's what's up. What's good, Tony? I appreciate you commenting. Make sure you guys check out that Discord. My guy Jalen in the building. Moon is in the building. Shout out to everybody's in the building. We're about 14 minutes away. Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of the rankings as well. I think really where I got the most upset with the rankings, I want to sound like an Ole Miss homer, but we looked at the top defenses. Explain this one. Somebody, please explain this one. Somebody make this one make sense. Like USC, 16th best defense in the nation. I know they've been able to recruit. Lincoln Riley's going to be able to do that. I know they got rid of the defensive coordinator, but the 16th best defense in the country is USC. They couldn't stop a nosebleed last year? Like, let's be serious. Power rankings. How you guys feeling about the power rankings? I believe Georgia is the best team on paper in the country right now. Ohio State and Oregon, I feel like should be interchangeable. Alabama, I think it's going to be pretty good this year. We'll have to see. Of course, Kalen DeBoer is taking over a giant and Nick Saban. That'll be interesting. Jalen with the Pete Golding, bro. Stop it with the Pete Golding, dog. Texas, 92 overall. Clemson, 90 overall. Is Clemson the 6th best team in the country on paper? Ask yourself that question. Notre Dame is going to be better, and they're going to be better offensively this year with Mike Denbrock. LSU, number 8. Penn State, number 9 at 88 overall. Utah, number 10 at 88 overall. Michigan, number 11 at 88 overall. Florida State, number 12 at 88 overall. Miami, number 13 at 88 overall. Texas, this is on paper. We got. You thought the top 10 overall teams weren't that bad? The overall teams, I agree. I feel like you can make an argument. The Clemson one is a little sketchy for me, but it really all depends on, how much give is Dabo Swinney going to allow Garrett Riley to do his thing offensively. Because if Dabo allows Garrett Riley to do his thing offensively, it shouldn't be an issue at all. It really shouldn't. Miami 13th, Texas A&M 14th, Ole Miss 15th. You guys already know I'm not a fan of that. Colorado 16th is interesting. Oklahoma 17th at 87 overall. Wisconsin 18th at 87 overall. USC 87 overall. Virginia Tech's going to be a really good team. I'm excited to play with them this year. NC State's going to be better this year at 87 overall. Kansas 87 overall. Arizona 87 overall. Oklahoma State 87 overall. Iowa 87 overall. Do you guys feel like Iowa was robbed of a top 10 defense? I don't even think they were mentioned in the top 10 defense, were they? And Iowa is known for their defense. For a team that can't do anything offensively, how aren't they in the top 10 defenses? How aren't they in the top 5 of the defenses? I think that gets interesting as well. We're going to check back. It's getting crazy in here. We got almost 6,000 people ready for this Dynasty Deep Dive. It's starting in 10 minutes. I know everybody is excited. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Yeah, Iowa was certainly robbed of a top 10 defense. It's crazy that they weren't considered a top 10 defense. It's just bananas. So, what are some things you guys, first of all, in the chat, let me know who your favorite team is. That's something I always like to get to know, who your favorite team is. And then what are some things that are like, there are hills that you have to die on as it pertains to Dynasty? What things have to be in Dynasty for you all? If I was an 87 overall, I wonder how their defense isn't right. Exactly, because their offense isn't good. Their offense isn't good at all. So it just doesn't make sense how Iowa wasn't a top 10 defense. And my guy D-Now, shout out to him. He brought it to my attention. Yes, I'm like, yo, Iowa wasn't a top 10 defense. That's crazy. But yeah, what are some hills you guys are willing to die on as it pertains to Dynasty? What are some things you guys have to see in the Dynasty and they have to get right year one of this game? I'll go first. Some of the things I feel like they have to get right in Dynasty is just the chaos. Like I said in the opening, they have to be able to make it difficult for head coaches. Like, being a coach in college football, I think, is the most difficult job there is in all of sports, is coaching in college football, just because of the year-round calendar. Like, think about when early signing day happens. During early signing day, guess what else is happening? Oh, it's bowl season. Guess what else is happening during early signing day? Oh, people are giving you the finger and they're leaving and they're entering the transfer portal. So that's happening during that time as well. I want complete and utter chaos. If I have this 5-star quarterback on my bench and we are mediocre and we're finishing the season 7-5, why does that 5-star quarterback want to stay with me if we're mediocre? You see what I'm saying? I just want it to be difficult. Like, I want to be stressed out playing NCAA. I'll call it NCAA. My apologies. I want to be stressed out playing college football 25. What's some of those hills you guys, willing to die on? They said in the blog will be 13,000 words, and I want a lot of depth, so it sounds like that will be fulfilled. Also, it's got to be challenging. Tony, I agree 100%. They said that blog, and we're going to go over the blog word for word. They said the blog is really detailed. They said it's really in-depth. I'm excited about that as well. I want the detail. Like, for somebody who gets to actually go to a lot of these games, see the games from the field, see the games from the press box, I get to write articles about a lot of this. We get to go to different events, like Big 12 Media Days is coming up. We're going to that. ACC Media Days is coming up. We're going to that. I want to feel like, wow, like it's a parallel universe almost, like to watch the game and then to play the game. Like, some of my favorite things to do, like growing up playing. Also, what is your favorite? My guy Jalen asked me this question yesterday. What is your favorite college football game of all time? What is your favorite college football game of all time? Put that down in the chat. But some of my favorite things to do in my childhood is, you have 134 teams. You can be watching it, I play Little League football. I go play Little League football. Boom. Come home. We always had early morning games. Watch college football. And somebody will break out. And so what I do is I go play NCAA and see there was a bum on the game. I'll edit their ratings. I'll make them better and then use them in the game. Like, that was one of my favorite things to do as a child and playing college football games. I'm so glad we're back. Also, want the portal to be crazy if in real life. Tony, I couldn't agree with you more. The portal has to be crazy. Like, there should be big names. I heard in a simulation that they did, Drew Aller was one of the players that popped in the portal from Penn State. So we got NCAA 10. Great game. NCAA 11 or NCAA 13. Fun fact, I had a seizure while playing NCAA 11. I think Jalen is probably the only, Moon may have known that as well. It's only I was just locked in. I probably played like 27 straight games. World of Moon just got NCAA 10. Make sure you guys check out Just Jalen page. He does a lot of great things for the sport of college football. Also starting to do things for the NFL. And his storytelling format is just top tier. Also check out World of Moon. He puts out a lot of content. If you guys join the Discord, you'll see I have their pages inside of the Discord as well. You said Drew Aller should have entered it in real life. That's exciting. My favorite NCAA will always be NCAA 06. In my opinion, it's the game that's just the first game I played, other than like Madden 04, where quarterbacks were just game breaking. So I love NCAA 06. So we got 11, we got 13, we got 10. Moon, what's your favorite NCAA? You haven't answered. What's your favorite NCAA? We are about 6 minutes remaining before we get into this deep dive. Today, I made sure that I had the audio in it, so you guys will hear the audio from whenever the video begins to play. Also, I added me in a little corner box as well. Yeah, I think as good as a coordinator as Andy Kotelnicki, or Kotelnicki, however you say his name is, I think it's surprising. In my opinion, it's very surprising that Drew Aller hasn't done more. Mo said his favorite NCAA is NCAA 25. Yeah, 25 should be able to take that spot. You think about visually. Jalen asked an amazing would you rather question. Jalen, do you mind put that question in the chat for me? I think you're a mod. Yeah, you are a mod. Let me make Moon a mod as well. I'm handing out mods today. And Tony as a mod as well. Actually, let me get Moon. All right. Got you guys as mod. We are 5 minutes away. I am super excited. Yeah. College football 25 can certainly take the spot for the number one game. The amount of hours I'm about to dedicate it to it. Also, if you didn't know this, I told Moon, I'm not sure if anybody else know. Jalen might know. I'm doing a 24-hour stream day one of the release. So I'm not doing anything. My phone is going on silent. If you want to get in contact with me, my mama gonna be able to get in contact with me. And then you can get in contact with me in Discord. I am so ready for this game. I'm going to have meals prepared. I'm going to have snacks prepared. That's it. I'm ready. Oh, no. Moon, I'm definitely reading the patch notes from the developers. My guy Tony was saying earlier that it's like, 13,000 words or something like that? So, yeah, we're going to read the patch notes. We're going to watch the video once. We're going to watch it again. See what we catch the second time around, and then we're going to head straight for the patch notes and read a lot of those. Thank you all for being in here. You guys could be anywhere in the world, but y'all chilling with the governor. I like that. I appreciate that. Make sure you guys check out that Discord server. Like I said, I'm running 4 leagues. Well, actually, it'll be 5 because 1 league will be a pay league. But running 4 leagues. Super excited about that. 2 on Xbox, 2 on PlayStation. It's going to be crazy. Keeping up with that is going to be crazy. I haven't decided all of the rules that I want in the league, but we used to run Madden leagues for years, so I'll look at some of those rules and I'll make adjustments based on the game type. Your first Dynasty is going to be Marshall or Charlotte, but yeah, day one, we on here all day for real. My God, I appreciate you, Tony. See, you seem like the type of guy that likes to, you want to rebuild a program. I think rebuilds in NCAA are fun, especially if you playing solitaire, you playing by yourself. Anybody doing a team builder Dynasty, like off the break? What game or university you most excited to attend on tour this year? That's a great question, World of Moon. I guess it would be the place I'm most excited to travel to. I've been to Ann Arbor, Michigan Stadium. I've been to Clemson Stadium. I'm most excited to see Camp Randall Stadium this year. I'm most excited to see Camp Randall. I want to see jump around, and I want to see jump around at the end of the third quarter, and I want to see how that compares to when it's about to kick off and enter Sandman for Virginia Tech, because that is an outer-body experience. I experienced that. For anybody who's ever experienced like a euphoria like that, it's an out-of-body experience. It's like seeing your favorite band at your favorite venue, but it's like 10 times that. So most excited to see Camp Randall Stadium in Madison, Wisconsin this upcoming year. And we got you covered. We definitely got you covered. We are a minute away. You would say Wyoming for you? Yeah, Wyoming would be fun just to see what it looks like in Wyoming. Like, you know, it's mountainous. How thin is the air? You know, because the air is thin in a lot of these, mountainous territories. But yeah, I'm definitely excited for this. We should be kicking off at any time. I'm going to go to full screen, and I'm going to go to the other view. We'll actually head to that other view now. Just give me a thumbs up when it starts counting down if you all are able to hear the audio, because I want you all to be able to hear the audio and also hear my audio as well. Timsky, shout out to Timsky. God is on my side. How you feel about Florida State? I like Florida State. I think Florida State has an extreme amount of chip on their shoulder. I think what Mike Norvell has been able to do, they went 13-0, but the thing that we remember is how crazy they got destroyed in the bowl game last year. And typically when you are in that element, you go from the hunt to the hunt to it. But I think they've been able to stay below the radar enough that People are still sleeping on Florida State. I think DJU is going to be phenomenal. It'll be interesting to see how good they'll be offensively. Can Alex Atkins, the offensive coordinator, get DJU's percentage up? If he's able to be at that mid to high 60s as far as completion percentage, able to get the ball out of his hand, he's able to be dynamic as a runner. I think Florida State can be a really good team this year. But the ACC is for the taking. Syracuse got an easy schedule. Virginia Tech got an easy schedule. There are just teams in that conference that have friendly schedules. It's going to be interesting to see who wins that conference. Can you guys hear it? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear it in the background. You running with Tennessee, no doubt. And shout out to Andrew. Andrew said he running with Tennessee. Nico's going to be must-see TV on that video game. I promise you Nico going to be must-see TV. For sure. I'm not sure. For some reason, that sound's still not playing in the background. All right, appreciate it. All righty, let's get it. Let's go. What we got here? All right, Kurt Herbstreit, give us some. Ooh, that screen looks good. Hold on, let me move myself out of the way. This is crazy, man. It looks so clean, dog. And that's all we want. Yo, the background just looks so clean, dog. $3,500 high school recruits? That's crazy. Wow. That looks so clean. Yo, recruits got deal breakers. That's crazy. That's crazy. You got to convince your favorite players to stay, dog. Like, you literally have to have a notebook for this game mode. You have to have a notebook. For every dynasty you win, please get a composition book. That's crazy. Oh, you can layer your recruits. Like you gonna have a quarterback visit with a wide receiver visit just to try to get both of them to commit. That's crazy. So you can add portal prospects to your board. Yo, this is crazy. That is crazy. Okay. Conference realignment is back as well. Bruh. Hey, man, I'm about to share the thug here, dog. So you can bring the Pac-12 back. If you really want to bring the Pac-12 back, you can bring the Pac-12 back. Yo, the game looks so good, bro. Kennesaw State jerseys are cold. Offensive defensive coordinator. I know Moon's going to probably start his solitaire dynasty as a coordinator per usual. Wow, you got to select a coach type. Ooh, coaching carousel is back, gentlemen. I don't know if y'all caught that at the bottom. It tells you the job. Like, is it an upgrade or is it a downgrade? I don't know if you guys caught that tidbit, but that's pretty cool. You got to hire your staff. That's unchy, bruh. So recruiting sounds algorithmic from my perspective. It sounds really algorithmic because it's like if you want to be like really good defensively, you know, whatever their abilities are plus your abilities, and if you have like defensive style abilities plus their defensive style abilities, you should be able to get like top tier players. That was the fastest 6 minutes of my life. Fastest 6 minutes of my life. We're going to watch it one more time, and then we're going to get into the blog. So we're going to watch it one more time, then we're going to get into the blog. That was amazing. Fastest 6 minutes of my life. That didn't even feel like 6 minutes. I'm not going to lie. So let's see if we can catch the second time around, but I really like the algorithmic viewpoint of this. This is pretty cool. So I got to go get about 10 or 12 notebooks to be able to take notes for each dynasty and recruits and, you know, what my attack players I can be possibly losing. Sorry about that. Make sure you guys check out the Discord. Join the Discord. I'm running 4 different leagues. I'm going to try to max all the leagues out. Yes, there will be rules. I'm not trying to have a lot of rules, but people quitting, you're going to automatically be kicked out the league. Everybody can't make the playoff every year. It is what it is. Everybody can't win the championship every year. It is what it is, but you just got to figure out your reasoning for playing the league. The game looks so clean, bro. So clean. No, I didn't even peep that, Jalen. That was a great find the second time around. I didn't even see a Road to College Football playoff game mode. That's pretty cool. Wow. I can't wait to do this 24-hour stream. Day 1, July 16th. Already got my vacation in, fellas. I can't wait, dog. Moon, we may have to bring back Masterclass. Masterclass is something Moon and I used to do plan Revamp where we would do these master classes on recruiting and stuff like that. I can't wait to spend time with this mode, learning how to recruit, learning things that work, also making mistakes in the process, learning things that don't work. I am so excited for this video game. So excited. 14 different pitch grades is wild. Because think about it, if you have a powerful brand and a recruits, like let's say you're coaching at Georgia or something like that, and playing time is one of their things that they have to have, you're going to miss out on recruits because they're not going to get a lot of playing time. Yes, sir, Moon. We will bring back Masterclass. Can't wait to deep dive in this game. And the craziest thing about this game, fellas, we get to see college football IRL if you don't know. So the game comes out on the 16th. Me, Moon, Jalen, and the rest of CFB Nation got ACC Media Days on the 22nd. So we're going to be playing the game. And then boom, we're going to go live. And y'all going to see, like, you're a Miami fan. You'll see Crystal Ball. You're going to see all of these people. We're going to get plenty of interviews. That's the part that I love about doing college football. The fact that we get to do college football, see the game at field level, but then on top of that, we get to play a game like this. It's just too fun. Too fun. And then there goes Marshall. My guy Tony said he's starting this season with Marshall or Charlotte. So there go Marshall. I am so excited about this. I cannot wait till we read the blog notes. I can't wait. One thing that I did notice is that the faces are a lot cleaner than like on Madden. I feel like there's like probably 50 or 60 face models, but you see the same ones over and over again. If you play a franchise for 8 years, you're just seeing the same faces over and over again. I feel like with NCAA, it's so many unique faces that we shouldn't be seeing a lot of the same faces, and we're talking about over a 4 or 5 year period versus years and years. So that's another interesting thing. So after this video is done, we're going to go read the blog notes. I am super excited. Make sure you guys check out the pinned message. Check out that Discord. We've been doing a lot of fun things in there. Who's everybody's day one team? Who's the first team you all starting a dynasty with? Day one, solitaire dynasty. Who you starting a dynasty with? Everybody let me know in the chat. USC, they got the type of system at 4-2-5 defensively. I love it. So it's the type of dynasty. Which I choose, a motivator, recruiter, tactician. Tactician. Motivator, recruiter, or tactician. Hoyt for sure will definitely win game of the year. The amount of detail that they put in this, the best thing that they did was going to grab some of the members from CFB Revamp who kept the game alive. Oh yeah, definitely game of the year. For sure. Welcome everybody new who's seeing this channel for the first time. We do college football 24/7, both with the video game and we do it in real life as well. Job offer, job downgrade. That's crazy to me. Gotta manage your coordinators. Yo, just imagine being an elite team, right? And both your offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator gonna take new jobs. And some of your players on the team was married to that coordinator, so now they're gonna leave. That's crazy to me. You choosing tactician? I know Moon choosing recruiter every time. I think that recruiter archetype is gonna be difficult though, because you're going to see a lot of players come and go, and then you're excited about this player. And my year 2 is going to be bad, bro, because if I have a great recruiting year, then those players that were on my team, they're seniors, they ain't playing, dog. Alrighty. So that's it for the deep dive. We're going to go and see if the blog has been uploaded, and we're going to look at that. So let's go to news. The blog should be uploaded on here, and we'll read a lot of this. Alrighty. Dynasty deep dive. Alrighty, fellas. Let's get into it. Alrighty. So building the dynasty. When we were in the early stages of designing Dynasty mode, we talked about the members of the community, college football experts and coaches, read hundreds of blog posts and tweets, and watched countless of wish list videos. We knew how important Dynasty was to our community, and we heard loud and clear that our players wanted a deep experience that is representative of current college football landscape, where roster management and talent acquisition are at the forefront of successful programs. Build your coach, they talked about that. Build your program, they talked about that. Deliver the world of college football. So they talked about that in the video. See the screenshot there is pretty cool. We got Colorado versus Colorado State. Look like they kept, if you know how like Revamp looks now, you remember how like NCAA 14 looked, they look like they kept a lot of the same elements of it. They just upgraded, honestly. Hoyt said he's going to choose Penn State or Minnesota. Minnesota will be a fun rebuild, and Penn State will be fun as well. So you got your build your coach. I see anything that's, no coach was great at everything. There is no single path to being a great coach. I like that. What was found is that both current and former coaches broadly fit into three main categories. Some are incredible recruiters, while others are motivators who maximize potential of their players. And lastly, tacticians out of scheme of opponents. So let's talk about being either a recruiter, a motivator, or a tactician. In my opinion, if I am doing a rebuild and I'm starting with a lower level school, one mindset might say, hey, go pick recruiters so we can get higher recruits. My mindset says, let's turn 2 stars and 3 stars into players, that can go out here and perform. So I would choose motivator from that standpoint. If I'm at a middle tier school who has some decent talent, but they're known for developing talent, then that's when I think I will pick the recruiter path. How you guys feel about that? A lot of our research and discussions led us to build a coach experience centered around 3 goals, just like the real world. No coach could be great at everything. A rock, paper, scissors relationship between coach with no dominant progression path. I like that, because then there were algorithms for NCAA 14 where you could have a dominant progression path. So I like that it's fair to everyone. Coordinators and how you build your staff matter. So right here we're looking at a picture of coach progression. Actually, I'm going to go back to the voiceover so you guys can see more of this. My voiceover screen. That's pretty cool. Look like they give us some detailed things here. It shows the alma mater, Texas State. Job security is safe. I like that that's back. After completing the game or advancing the week, you'll receive XP summary screen showing your progression to the next level. For any of you all who played NBA 2K, I'm a 2K player. You playing your My Career. After you play a My Career game, it shows at the end of the game how many XP points you win. It looks like it's going to be similar to that. Weekly advanced summary. So yeah, it's showing your XP. It's showing what current level you're at, and then it shows what next level you're going to be at. Coach archetypes. In EA Sports College Football 25, we're introducing a new archetype-based coaching ability systems. You think of this similar to your traditional RPG classes where all of your party members have specific class, archetype, and role. Ultimately, in order for your team to be successful, all of the players in your party must do their job to work together. I like that. Our system is no different. All coaches will start with a base class or coach archetype, which can be thought of as your special ability in a traditional RPG. Just like our real life coaches, the base archetypes fall into 3 categories: recruiting, motivation, and scheme. So that makes sense. It's going to be interesting, bro. After I heard you say that, then I immediately realized it's going to be pros and cons for everything. Exactly. It's going to be one of those things where you think it'll be an easy solution, but it's not going to be as easy as you think it's going to be. So they continue to show the motivator, recruiter, and tactician. I think what we need to do, like if you guys join the Discord, inside of the Discord, I got what's called lab sessions. I think I created a recruiting tab. If I haven't created a recruiting tab, I'm going to create a recruiting tab. That way we're able to share as much information as possible, because it's going to be difficult getting on this game. None of us really know anything. In the beginning, I'll have a lot of time dedicated to it, because when I'm on vacation from my 9 to 5, and then 2, I'll be down in, Charlotte for ACC Media Day. So I'll have time to deep dive and play the game. But it's going to be important to be able to share information and build a community like we want to. KT going to be turning those 2 stars and 3 stars into bigger schools. 4 stars and 5 stars. Hey, Jalen, that's so truthful, bro. That's so truthful. Alrighty. How do I upgrade my archetype and what does it do? Your progress can be viewed in the coach's ability screen, which is accessible from the coach tab of the Dynasty Hub. Within the screen, you'll see all of the available archetypes, their unlock requirements and perks, and your overall progression in each archetype. As you spend points in each archetype, the spider graph will center the screen, will morph and change. You can see 2K's kind of touch on this game. I forgot the head director name of this game, like the gameplay director of this game, but he's a 2K guy. How do abilities work? So we got battery pack tier 1, offensive players fatigue, slower and hurry up. Caught napping tier 2, increased delay to defenders looking to the sideline at the snap. And we got green dots this year. We don't need to look to the sidelines. On their heroes, tier 3, team composure boost for first down gain while running hurry up. Tips your hand, tier 4, chance to see defensive coverage, shell, and hurry up. That's pretty cool. One good season, Texas knocking on the door. The game looks beautiful. Yeah, I agree with that, Timsky, 100%. The game does look beautiful. You can also make your team a well-oiled machine who doesn't work against themselves and is unfazed by rowdy home field crowds by upgrading discipline, communication ability. Yes, this is going to be interesting. We're going to have to build a community of communication and things that we find that work versus things that we find that don't work. Hater blockers, I like that. Slight reduction in crowd noise, impact on the road. Teflon, tier 2, significant reduction of crowd noise, impact on the road. Polish, tier 3, offensive players will commit slightly fewer penalties. I like that. Clean sheet offense. Tier 4, offensive players will commit significantly fewer penalties. Wow. These approaches going to be, it's going to be interesting. So we see Stanford here. We see a coach. We see they got the recruiter thing up. What about coordinators? Both coordinators and head coaches have the same set of abilities and archetypes available to them, leading to a natural progression from coordinator to head coach, and increased importance of staff management where your coordinators either complement your strengths or shore up your deficiencies. I like that. Remember, no coach can be great at everything, so it's critical that your coordinators complement you. Is there an area, can we have an open and honest discussion? Is there an area where you feel like, nah, I don't care about that? So you're going to find coordinators that you shore up, which you do well. That way you can recruit the players you want to recruit. Can you edit your schedule? I thought I heard that. I believe we're going to get to that. That's a great question, Hoyt. I believe you can't edit your schedule. I think you can customize your schedule. You just can't edit your players. Climbing the coach ladder. School expectations are determined by school's current prestige and program standing, so be careful in the school that you pick. The better the school, the higher the expectations. There are 4 types of contract expectations: win X amount of games, win a conference championship, make the college football playoff, win a national championship. So imagine you taking over Kalen DeBoer job at Alabama, and the expectation is to win a national championship. And in 3 seasons, you have great seasons. You make the college football playoff. You don't win a national championship, and they fire you. So be careful for the team you sign up with. That's what it sounds like. Your job security will fluctuate throughout the season based on the results of your games and whether or not you're trending towards meeting your contract expectations. So we're going to go further. When I see bullet points, it's a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about them. So now they're going to talk about the coach carousel. Following the 2021-2022 college football regular season, 2 high-profile schools, LSU and USC, were looking for new coaches. Both schools did what nobody saw coming and hired elite coaches from other high-profile schools. That's a great point, because a lot of times you're just hiring the guys who you think are next at the group of 5 level or coordinator. So I like that. Suddenly, other high-profile jobs were unexpectedly available, and the coaching carousel was in full effect. Great point. How does the coach carousel work? The carousel kicked off during the conference championship week. That is interesting, because remember, it was a step in NCAA 14. It was a step after the season. So the fact it kicks off during conference championship week, I like that. That is cool. Once you advance the week and arrive in bowl season, the first round of job offers go out. Hopefully they know the expectations at Illinois is 75 every year. I don't want to be there, and the expectation is 10 wins. That's a great point, Jalen. I like that. Just because you didn't receive offers in the first week of bowl season, or if you didn't like the offers you received, doesn't mean your coaching carousel experience is over. Remember, the coach carousel takes place over the course of multiple weeks. This is the realism that we wanted in Dynasty, and we're getting that realism. The first week of bowl season is just the beginning. As schools hire and poach coaches from other schools, the previous jobs will become available as an unexpected opening at a school will look to hire a replacement the following week. This is what I like. How do schools determine who they want to hire? Level. The higher a coach's level, the more powerful they are and the more abilities they have. Schools are always looking for the highest caliber coach they can find. Keep that tidbit scheme. Certain schools, like military academies, won't want a coach who runs a specific style of offense or defense. If you run air raid and you want to go to a military academy, it's not happening. Archetype. Schools have a preference on the type of coach that they are looking to hire. Just like real world blue bloods prefer elite coaches who are a program builder or CEO. You guys know what I saw in that? What I saw in that is that a motivator is the best archetype of all the archetypes. That's what I just seen. If you're starting off at a lower level school, 2-star, 3-star program, and you want to build up a program, go with motivator. That's exactly what my thoughts were. This just confirmed my thoughts. I like that a lot. Game theory and domino effect. It is important to keep in mind that the domino effect when you are evaluating whether or not to accept an offer. Just because a job isn't open today doesn't mean it won't be available next week. These are keys. They are giving us key takeaways. This is a key takeaway. During conference championship week, it's probably going to be some decent level jobs. Same thing during bowl season. But things may get crazy after bowl season. So when you're going through the coaches carousel, you know you're looking for a job. You're probably better off waiting until probably like the third advance to see what jobs are really available. So that is interesting. I like that. You can also view all of the coach movements across college football world in staff move screen. I like this. I like this a lot. The staff move screen can be accessed through the staff moves action item in a Dynasty hub. They're making this almost like real life. Take note, man. Hey, talk your talk, Hoyt. I agree with you. Take note, man. For sure. Managing your staff. As a head, y'all see these words right here? Imagine playing in a Dynasty, right? And you think you're doing everything in your power to make this program the way you want to be. You put your blood, sweat, tears, and hours into this program, and you get these words. You're fired. Managing your staff starts during the conference championship week. During the week, you'll be able to fire your coordinators. Be careful because this is the only week you can do this. After this week, you are unable to replace a coordinator unless they are hired away by another school. Your coordinators will not leave unless you fire them or they are hired by another school. Every coordinator has a standard 2-year contract. Once their contract expires, it will be automatically renewed for another 2 years. EA Sports is messy, bro. Did y'all hear that? The contracts only last 2 years, bro. You will be hiring and firing coordinators left and right. That is crazy. Welcome to the team. Starting bowl week, you can hire new coordinators if you have an open position. When you go to hire a new coordinator, you'll be presented with a curated list of candidates. So this is what it looks like. Build your program. I'm just looking for bullet points. Ultimately, we landed on 4 core goals when building your program. Humanize recruits by giving them unique needs and motivations that a player has to discover by interacting with the recruit. Speak with, yes, the T is wow. Yeah, speak with your recruits. You better talk to these recruits, bro. You remember back in the day, I had an algorithm. I didn't really care about recruiting. We get who we get. We're offering a lot of points at the end now. You got to talk to these recruits. You better be DMing these recruits. Or, man. Differentiate regions of the country by player caliber, quality, and the type of authenticality. Capture high school talent based on historical, real-world data. All the fast athletes will be in Florida. That's what I just saw. Represent the different resources available to schools, ensuring top schools can blanket the country, while smaller schools will need to be more targeted with their approach. Make the transfer portal feel authentically unpredictable. Wow. That is amazing. Welcome to Stage Recruiting. In College Football 25, we're introducing a new stage recruiting experience built around 3 distinct phases: discovery, pitch, and close. Just like the real world, every recruit will be in a different stage of the process. Where they are in their process will dictate how you interact with them and the level of engagement they require. Why do they put this much in this but not Madden? That's a great fact. So recruiting begins with discovery. Like they said, it's the initial stage or finding prospects to target. Okay. Once a recruit announces their top 5 schools, it's time to pitch. During the pitch phase, you are selling the recruit on your program and what you offer. How well your school aligns with their motivations will determine how successful you are. Yeah, I'm not buying Madden this year unless somebody give it to me for free, bro. And the final stage is the close. This is where you bring the recruit for an official visit and attempt to leave a lasting impression about your program. If this goes well, you'll make huge gains with the recruit and possibly secure a verbal commit the following visit. Ultimately, the recruit will make their final decision on that. Whoa, bro, they got National Signing Day in there, dog. National Signing Day is in there. It's in the game, bro. Before we dive deeper to each of these, let's start by discussing how every program and recruit is unique. My school. All right, so I think these are the 14 different things that matter to recruits. So we got playing time, playing style, championship contender, program tradition, campus lifestyle. These are all very familiar if you've been playing the games for years. Stadium atmosphere. Moon, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think that was in the original. Pro potential. I like that. Brand exposure, academic prestige, conference prestige, coach prestige, coach stability, athletic facilities, proximity to home. Very familiar. Very familiar. So this is cool information. See, did you guys catch that? The academic prestige stand for this excellent school. But that being a championship contender is a C-, and I think that's a little friendly. Each week, the game will surface this information to you in a weekly summary, allowing you to quickly see the health of your program and any changes. The My School Report. I like that. Will show you the grades that you were positively or negatively impacted by your actions in the last week. By your actions, bro. This is an RPG, dog. As well as any grades that have players who are at risk of transferring if it gets too low. Arizona State, championship contender C+, no. Collectively, your My School grades form your team prestige. Okay. Recruits and where they come from. Each season, more than 3,500 recruits are generated across the country. Just like the real world, every class is different. Some years have a plethora of great quarterback talent, while others have fewer great prospects. Similarly, the quality of the prospects of each region of the country will vary. Certain regions have more consistent in caliber. So if you want a quarterback, go to Texas. You want speed, go to Florida. What a recruit cares about. There are 14 different motivating factors what a recruit cares about. We talked about all of those. Recruiting pipelines. Moon was great at that. I remember the map that Moon showed me. It's like a different world. Weekly advanced summary. Okay, I like that. So this is stage 1 of discovery. We talked about the 3 stages. There's a lot to get through. So we got player type, state, minimum star rating, height, weight, handedness, quarterback only, interest in your school. So those are the categories that you can kind of separate. Team needs. Recruiting hours. Recruiting hours are your core currency to spend on recruiting actions and scouting each week. The amount of recruiting hours you have depend on your team prestige and what part of the season you're in. Yeah, they really did go all out. The recruiting board looks like it's essentially the same. It's what we know. It's what we're familiar with. I like that. Scouting. Before you start offering scholarships and dedicating your limited recruiting hours and resources to prospects, it is important to make sure that you are targeting the right ones for your program. That's important, as always. Wow. So we got recruiting board, prospect list, transfer portal, my school, top classes. So we just always got to keep our eyes on the transfer portal. I guess the closer that we get to conference championship week, we got to start keeping an eye on that. Prior to scouting a player, you will only be able to see their star rating, height, weight, hometown position, and archetype. You will see a question marks on their attributes, abilities, and development trait. The attributes represent the top 10 ratings for their archetype. Each attribute had 4 states of scouting: unscouted, partially scouted, mostly scouted, fully scouted, just like back in the day. Dude, the amount of time that's going to be placed into recruiting is exponential. Finding the ideal pitch. The 5 recruiting actions are as follows: offer scholarship, search social media, bruh. And we're going to look at players' social media, bruh. I wonder if they're going to be like clout chasing like they do in real life, dog. DM the player. Contact friends and family. Are we doing in-home visits? Send the house. From recruiting coordinator to every other coach on your staff, send every available resource you have at their prospect to gain as much influence with them as possible. Yeah, bro. It's a lot, dog, but I'm excited for it. So this looks like it's Michigan. It's their recruiting board. It looks like it's showing, it's showing the position, the different players, the things that they want in a university. Let's see what this the second picture show. Okay, so search social media, DM the player, contact friends and family, send the house, soft sell, and then hard sell. I wonder, I haven't seen it yet. I wonder if they had flipping season in here, dog. So after recruiting narrows down to their top 5 schools, just like in real life. Shout out to Steve's Old Design, who's a friend of the network. He does, I think, in my opinion, the best graphics for all commitment graphics. And then you'll see the top 5, you'll see the top 8. So I like that. So we got the soft sell, and then we got the other sell. I'm not saying that. I really like how these recruiting boards look, man. And then we got stage 3 to close. A visit is broken down into 2 main parts: scheduling and activity. Timing is everything when it comes to scheduling a visit. Waiting to bring a recruit in for a big time rivalry game late in the season could have a lot of upside. But I like this. It also carries a risk since it's a chance a prospect will commit to somewhere else. Fellas, let's talk about this. Tony said he's looking at Twitter right now. The details are crazy. Let's go. I'm missing a lot. Social media details sounds interesting. Yes, it is. Sorry, I missed a bunch of messages. But this is wild. This is wild. So let's have an open discussion about this. So, if think about rivalry week and what rivalry week is to the sport. Let's say, your head coach at Michigan and your recruit is interested in playing Ohio State. Of course, you want to have them come during Michigan Ohio State week. But what if they go somewhere else, have a great time during week 8 or week 9, and they commit to a school? That's interesting. Yeah, it's not. Hey, coach, I'm sorry, but I decided to leave. Yo, what if you're coaching? Let's think of a team. If you're coaching Missouri, right? You had a good year with Missouri. And Luther Burton says, hey, coach, I'm sorry, but I decided to leave. Let's see what that looks like. Over the last 3 years, the transfer portal has completely reshaped college football and how you build your roster. Agreed. While it can be used quickly, upgrade your roster, it looked like a word is missing there. It can also gut your program if a mass players head to the exits. So remember, after the college football playoff, Alabama lost to Michigan in heartbreaking fashion. Remember, it's like a mass exodus. A bunch of players said, well, I'm going to the NFL. I'm leaving. I'm entering the portal. That happened immediately. I think I skipped over some stuff here. Let's see if I missed anything. So, yeah, he's scheduled during the Iron Bowl. So we see that this prospect named Brian McCadley, he's scheduled doing that. Okay, I like that. Also, one thing that I like that I've seen from all of the player models that they have, they look younger. You remember in like NCAA 14, young, some of these players were looking like they had like 15 kids already, bro. They was looking so old, dog. Hey, yo, imagine offering, and then you see a screen like this, like you jumping, you going crazy, you see a screen like this. That's wild. I like that. So let's get back to that. Hey, coach, I'm sorry I decided to leave, and then we'll use Luther Burton. Just like recruits, players on your roster can also have a deal breaker, and any recruit that has a deal breaker will keep their deal breaker when they join your roster. Remember, deal breakers can be thought of as a promise between you and a player. If you fail to uphold your end of the deal, there is a chance they leave in the offseason. Wow. Keep in mind that every action you take throughout the season, like, you got to remember everything you do. I think it's best if you play elsewhere. We seeing Damian Martinez right there, rejected to be a second rounder. And you can still persuade players that are leaving. While players have the opportunity to leave via the transfer portal, you also have the opportunity to make roster changes. Every offseason is required to get back down to 85 players on your roster. Unfortunately, that means that if you're over the 85-man limit, you'll be first to encourage some players to enter the transfer portal. Wow. That'd be crazy if after a heartbreaking loss, a lot of players decide to leave. Right, that happens. Yeah, we're going to need multiple notepad. You need a notepad for every dynasty. Because who going to remember all of their promises? You know, just think about your notes of where you left off at in the recruiting phase. Okay, this is what I want to do next. All of us are going to be in multiple leagues, whether you're in, you got 2 or 3 solitaire leagues, like 3 or 4 online leagues. You're going to need a notepad for every league. This is what all of this information is telling me right here. The transfer portal, as we said in the beginning, one of our goals is to make the transfer portal authentically unpredictable. This begins with players leaving. Okay, let's see if we can get to. Wow. So you see the deal breaker right here in this graphic right there? At the bottom right of it, it says deal breaker. Boom. You already know they're leaving. And here's the transfer portal. It shows the rank. It shows as if you target them. Signing day, just like the real world, College Football 25 features both. Early signing day is in the game. Early signing day is in the game, gentlemen. Early signing day is in the game, dog. Hey, young. Here we are. You made the college football playoff. You got players going to the portal. You're trying to get your team ready for the college football playoffs. You're recruiting, because we have early signing day. Like, it's going to be chaotic. I don't know if you guys understand how excited I am for this. Early signing day is in the game. So that means flipping season is in the game. A recruit that you look like you were about to have, that looked like they committed, bloop, Dan Lanning at Oregon is going to take them. That's crazy. All right, let me get back to the information. My apologies. On signing day, any players who are verbally committed to a school prior to signing day will sign, meaning they can no longer decommit. The majority of prospects will commit prior to early signing day, but some recruits may last late into the cycle. Bruh, I know. Those prospects, along with transfers, will ultimately sign a letter of intent on National Signing Day. Throughout recruiting, you can view the team recruiting rankings in the top classes. So top classes is back. That's something from the old game. Tab of the recruiting hub. Top classes allows you to view the team recruiting rankings for high school prospect transfers or combined. You can also filter rankings by conference. Yo, that sign image is so beautiful, bro. Like, seeing that image is, it's so beautiful. Like, Oklahoma State, shout out to my guy Jalen. He's big on Oklahoma State winning the Big 12 this year with their returning production and their SP plus grade. Can't agree. Can't go against that. What is this right here? Top classes by team. So this is the top classes. So it's your caliber player. So this almost looks like an on-3, dog. It almost looked like an on-3 at 24/7 Sports. Yeah, I agree with both Hoyt and Moon. I'm just overly excited, bro. Position changes, they're back. Players will be able to change to any other position regardless of their original position. The position spreadsheet would allow you to show their projected overall at each new position. So this is interesting. So if you have a recruit, right, and you offer that recruit immediate playing time, go with me here because I'm about to go somewhere that no man has ever gone before. So I say you offer a recruit immediate playing time, right? I wonder how this affects the algorithm. And during position changes, even though position changes was it's with everyone. And let's say they're a 5-star or 4-star quarterback, but you already got a quarterback on your team. Let's say you're using Penn State, Drew Lock comes back for another season. You already have your quarterback. But you want to get this player in the game. But let's say you look at the chart and see, okay, he'll be a pretty decent free safety. I have a whole lot of free safety. I'm going to play him at free safety. How does that work, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? He got playing time. I told him I'd give him playing time. I gave him playing time. Like, how does that work? Yeah, they can change to any position, bro. Any position, player progression. In college football, the offseason is the most impactful time period when it comes to player development. While players can improve throughout the season, the bulk of progression and development happens during the spring and summer. Every season, we see players put in the work during the offseason, come back bigger, stronger, faster, and overall significantly better. This is why I wish you had to hire your entire staff. And maybe this is crazy of me to say, because think about some of these strength coaches, like the one at Oklahoma is probably the best in the sport. At Tennessee, Nico immediately gained 10 pounds once he hit Knoxville. That's interesting. All about the gains. In Dynasty, players will automatically progress their abilities and physical abilities. Mental abilities cannot be upgraded, allowing greater differentiation between players. This is something we heard about before the game came out. And you can't get them on the field. You switch their position to fulfill the promise. Right. That's something to think about. That's something to consider. If you know that you're not going to be able to get them on the field, but you made a promise to get them on the field, you better put them somewhere. So players will progress during the season based on their own field performance, but the bulk of their progression will happen in the offseason. That's interesting. In college football 25, there are 4 player development traits normal. These players are most common and progress at a standard rate. Expect them to steadily grow over their career. Impact, the type of player that can really change a team. They'll progress faster than normal with higher upside. Star, a potential Sunday player. There are very few of these that go around, and they'll establish themselves early as fast learners. Elite, the best of the best. These players will make a statement the moment they get on campus and have potential to be an all-time great. That's amazing. Skill groups. Oh, that look clean, bruh. Tell me that don't look clean. I'm saving that image, bruh. I'm saving that image. That's a thumbnail, bro. Tell me, oh my God, that image looks clean, bro. I'm about to send that to Moon right now. Moon, I'm going live later, bro. Cook me up something with that, bro. I need something with that image. I'm about to send this to Moon. Actually, I'm going to wait till after I'm finished with the broadcast. But I'm sending that to Moon. Y'all see that? Look at this kid, Sean Junkins Young. It shows his rating, his mentals, his physicals, his abilities, shifty, sidestep, takeoff, 360. Spin gonna be crazy. Headstrong. He is headstrong. We know that for sure. Yo, just look at that graphic, bro. I'm going live again later. Make sure you guys check out that Discord. It's so much to talk about. I'm not gonna be able to talk about everything in this live stream, but that's crazy. That is crazy. I wonder if there's going to have like random chug tests. Yes, Hoyt. That would be amazing if they had something like that. Wow, yo. That screenshot is crazy. Mental and physical abilities. As Scott described in a gameplay deep dive, players can have up to 5 physical abilities and 3 mental abilities. Both physical and mental abilities have 4 tiers: bronze, silver, gold, platinum. We're used to that. Physical abilities are determined by a player's archetype, while mental abilities are position specific. While progressing, players will look to upgrade their physical abilities if they meet rating requirement. Every tier of a physical ability has an associate attribute requirement. For example, in order to have platinum workhorse ability, a player must have 95 toughness. I like that. That's algorithmic. I like that. As said above, Dynasty players cannot upgrade their mental ability. So if a player does not come in as a freshman with a particular mental ability, there's no way for them to. Okay, that's cool. Wow. Both of these graphics are tough. I'm saving that too. You guys will be seeing these in a later video for sure. Impact players. Ooh, that's strange. Look, I'm sorry, fellas. Let me get back to the news. Okay, impact players are back and are a quick way for you to easily identify the key players. Did I go through both of these pictures? I don't think I did. Okay. Impact players are back and are a quick way for you to easily identify the key players on the other team. Every team has at least one offensive and defensive player who is an impact player. However, unlike the players, there's no limit. No limit. I like that. No limit. So Ohio State and Georgia is just going to have the plethora of impact players. So will Oregon. However, unlike the players, there's no limit. Okay. Explosive offenses with playmakers everywhere might have 5 or 6 impact players across the board, letting you know straight up that they got to do and they're about to cook. Ooh, I like that. They are Gordon Ramsay out here. Facts. Managing wear and tear. So, how you all feeling about wear and tear? Like, overall, how you guys feeling about it? I've talked to some people. Some people say they're turning it off. I don't think it's as bad as everybody thinks it is. Wow, that's a cool graphic, too. Moon, you about to have a bunch of graphics. World of Moon does a lot of my thumbnails. This is crazy. This is a college football playoff. It shows round by round. Oregon wins the national championship. Top 25 rankings. It shows the offense, the scheme. It shows the defensive scheme. It shows the conference that they're in. After conference realignment, I think something like that is very important. We created a unique logic for college football playoff mode poll to model how we anticipate rankings to look in a new format. Generating a believable opinion based on poll is no easy feat, especially one where we are projecting that may happen versus being able to use real world results as our reference point. I like that. So they do have the 5+7, 12 team model in here, which is good. With the 4 automatic bids. Well, really, it's 5 automatic bids and then 7 at large bids. They got the bowl projections again. That's a good question, Hoyt. I haven't seen any information if like the AT&T Stadium is in there. That'll be interesting. Meet your new neighbor. Speaking of the dawn of an era, the latest round of conference realignment has dramatically changed the landscape of college football. Just like the 12-team playoff format, you will get to experience that new reality first in college football 25. Wow. That's interesting. Be your own conference commissioner. I imagine if you take it back to like the old school conferences, that'll be cool too. So it appears, Hoyt, I think you don't want to ask the question that it do have some NFL stadiums because Lucas Oil Stadium is in the game. Take my money, take my whole. Yes, sir. EA got it at this point, bro. The work that they put in this game is immense. You'll be able to make adjustments to the conference membership and rules. I can't wait to start dynasties with you all. I truly can't wait. It's going to be fun. I have my PlayStation 5. I got to get an Xbox. Oh, man, that is so beautiful. I got to save that image as well. So it looks like we're coming to the end of the blog post. There's a lot more information that needs to be gone over. So I'm probably going to be ending the stream very soon. I got something I need to do shortly, but I will be going back live later. You guys make sure you're tapped into the Discord. That's the easiest way to get in contact with me, honestly. But while I appreciate you guys who've been in here the entire time, that is clean. That is so clean. Did you guys peep that? It's the little intricacies for me. So James Madison is not in the ACC, but in this specific dynasty, it was a conference realignment, and guess what they have? They have on their ACC patch. If you don't believe this game is detailed, you're crazy. Yeah, me either. Me either. This is phenomenal. Oh, team schedule. Let's talk schedules. College football is unlike any sport, so many of the weeks of the season mean something special to so many different schools, like that third Saturday in October. It's just to name one. It's not enough to make sure that the schedules rotate and that home and away status get flipped for the new year. If it's the third Saturday in October, they mentioned the game that I mentioned, Tennessee better be playing Alabama. If it's Thanksgiving weekend, then it's the Iron Bowl. The big game, Florida State versus Florida, and a host of other rivalries better be on the table next to the turkey and stuffing. Dynasty mode scheduling system will make sure those special games get filled in the correct weeks before adding the rest of the conference and non-conference slate to get each school their 12 games. Great job, EA. Moon, you're a sicko, bro. Moon is a sicko. I asked this man for a thumbnail, right? I'm sorry, fellas. I got to go full screen real quick. Ask this man for a thumbnail, right? You guys might not be able to see that. Thumbnail's done. So I'll be going live later. Moon already did the thumbnail. He's a beast. Make sure you guys, if you guys do college football content or you do any type of content, you need a thumbnail, reach out to Moon. Tell him I sent you. And they ate and they left no crumbs. I like that. Tell them I sent you, he'll give you a discount. So scheduling is pretty cool. I like that. That the rivalry games, there are games that we must protect, and those games are protected. I love it. For non-conference games, we have included as many real-world games as were announced by the time we had to lock schedule. So when you get to 2027 to 2028, the Florida State, Georgia home and away series already scheduled. Did you guys hear that? 2029 or 2030, Notre Dame, Alabama home and home will be scheduled. ETC, other schedule generator will be used to fill out everyone's schedule to make sure that every school has 12 games in all 30 years of Dynasty. Kickoff games like the Duke Mayo Classic and Vegas Classic are here as well and will be scheduled in the future years of Dynasty mode. Another recent addition to the world of college football is the concept of week 0. We got week 0, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. While the season still kicks off for Labor Day weekend, majority of schools, getting some things started a week prior has been affectionately termed week 0. It has been. The authentic week 0 games are scheduled for year 1 of the Dynasty. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, dog. Moon is crazy, dog. Just send me another image. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm reading the thing and I ain't never go back to the voiceover screen. Sorry about that. Wow. The crowd themes that our friends in presentation talked about recently also appear in Dynasty. So if your school does a whiteout, blackout, checkerboard, striping, etc., you will see those crowd themes in the first home game of the season for rivalry games and if you're named as game of the week. Peep that. First game of the season, rivalry games, games of the week. So there's a game of the week thing. So if you're making content, like I make content, and you're doing a solitaire Dynasty, and you feel like you should have game of the week, and you don't have game of the week, you can cuss out EA, bro. So you set your schedule, and in addition to custom conferences, you can also customize your non-conference schedule via custom schedules every preseason. Yes. So I don't know if it was Hoyt or Tony who asked earlier. Yes. Your non-conference games, you can set them up as long as it's not one of those theme things that were already announced. Like they said, the Notre Dame and Alabama home and home games. That's pretty cool. Wow. They did a fantastic job. Team Builder on Online Dynasty. Team Builder is back. You can import up to 16 Team Builder in a private online Dynasty. I didn't know that. I thought it was only solitaire Dynasties. The commissioner will need to replace the existing FBS schools with the Team Builder. So we all need to do a Dynasty with 16 of us where we get our favorite team for all time, put them in a conference, and we run with them. That'll be cool. To burn a shirt or not to burn a shirt. Change the college football world. Earning some hardware. We got the Heisman Trophy and all other trophies aren't in the game. We know that. Yeah, man. This is crazy. Wow. You see that graphic? Did you see that? Hey, and who I said was going to win the Heisman this year? Jalen and Moon, no? I said my guy right here, Dylan Gabriel, will win the Heisman this year. It's a sign from the gods. It's a sign from the gods. I like that. I just like the images that they have. Like, they show you the race. Boom. They show you who won. I like that. They got preseason and postseason All-American teams. We got the vote for the Big 12 preseason All-American team, and we'll get the vote for the ACC preseason All-American team as well. Records are made to be broken. No career mode will be complete without tracking the player year stats in the record book. Play for pride stickers. Wow, did you see that? They got DJU on here. New player don't got many stickers, but you get to play for pride stickers. And as you see at the end of the season, he did everything he needed to do. Yo, this is crazy. Will Howard, same thing. New to Ohio State. Boom. End of the season, he done earned his pride sticker. So what else? No Dynasty Deep Dive is complete without going through some of the utility features of the mode. Both online and offline Dynasty can go up to 30 seasons. Up to 32 users can participate in a Dynasty offline or online. Only one user per school. The commissioner is in charge of determining settings for the Dynasty. The roster file that is used at league creation handles all custom conference schedule changes. Alrighty. As I always like to say, there are no more victories. I got to get off. I keep getting phone calls. I'll be back on later. I'll set the time. There are no more victories in the sport that survive in advance. That's why college football has the greatest regular season. And until next time, I appreciate everybody who's been here the entire time. It's been fantastic. You all take care. Peace.